Welcome everyone to this daily sidereal forecast for Thursday, March 16th, 2017. So yeah, we're in the disseminating phase coming off of what was a full moon last weekend. So things as we go through the week, still a bit of this lowering energy time, still a very active time, in fact. Very good for implementing whatever those insights were from last weekend. But as we go through the week, probably feeling that lowering energy and maybe prolonging some of the insights that we had from last weekend. So today the moon is going to be finishing up Virgo and shifting into Libra, which does suggest that the first half might still be very analytical, very good for pragmatism, figuring out the details of things, which was the emphasis the past few days. But as we go through the day, more of the Libra quality with the moon, maybe feeling and concerned with wanting a bit of cooperation in our life, or maybe we're concerned with harmony. And this often does involve relationships, so it could be emphasizing that, wanting to do the right thing, justice, morality, again, just wanting harmony really is the emphasis, but all in all, probably just wanting a bit of balance in our lives in general. Still a lot of watery energy. We have the sun in Pisces, Mercury and Venus as well, so still very good for intuition. Not a whole lot of aspects today, but going into tomorrow, the sun is going to start to square up to Saturn, which does suggest a Friday and Saturday, perhaps a bit more on the challenging side with that, maybe feeling a bit blocked and restricted. We may feel that in the later part of the day. All right, so let's go and look at this in more detail. All right, so there's the moon shifting into Libra here today, going from what has been a very, again, grounded, analytical, detailed-oriented aspect of ourselves, really coming to the forefront, especially with the emotions. But as we go into tomorrow and the second half of the day, definitely more about balance. It's essentially what Libra is about. It's where we're wanting more harmony in our life, whether it's just with ourselves and our environment, but most often with relationships, harmony there, cooperation, wanting to do the right thing, and just strike that balance there. So that's going to be the emotional body with the moon and just the general theme of the day. But again, all this watery energy, the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Pisces, very good for that intuition. We could be feeling a bit dreamy with all of this, but again, this is how we're gaining our insights and our information and really our view of the world with the sun. Today we could be feeling perhaps still a bit rejuvenated from maybe some healing we did earlier in the week, so that could be going on. And of course, Mars has been shifting into Aries, so while this receptive energy is in play, Mars is very much about our directness, our independence, our personal needs being very strong. And this can be a very positive thing for getting things done, taking action, and getting anything moving that we are guided to do to move forward with this transit. All right, so that's the placements in terms of the aspects. Like I said, not a whole lot going on. As we go into tomorrow, the sun will start to square up to Saturn. This can be a bit of the blocked energy, feeling challenged or frustrated. The full moon did actually square up to Saturn as well, so there's nothing totally new here. But if there was any insights you gained last weekend about where you can maybe challenge yourself or be patient with some things, or just feeling blocked, again, that's the best way of working with this, is implementing the responsibility, implementing the patience and the hard work and discipline that Saturn does challenge us to implement, but might be challenging to do so. So I'll talk about this more so tomorrow, but I did want to give you a heads up that today, particularly in the second half, we may start to feel this, and the best way of working with it is to limit ourselves. And that's essentially what responsibility is. It's saying long-term benefits versus short-term ones, and long-term gains versus short-term ones, responsibility, and then patience and hard work and all of that. So when we're on the side of Saturn, it does help us integrate what Saturn is, quote-unquote, helping us integrate collectively, even though we may not want to necessarily collectively in general. So today, though, the strongest energy will be the moon trining up to Neptune. So we could be feeling a bit receptive today. In fact, all this receptive, intuitive energy can come quite easy, in fact. Maybe willing to go with the flow, to take it easy, to get some rest and relaxation or something like that. And again, in those relationships, maybe just being a bit receptive in those as well. Compassion, understanding as well can be very strong with this. Also very good for spiritual activities today, along with that rest and relaxation. So that's the day in a nutshell. I would say the strongest thing is Moon trine Neptune, a bit of easygoingness. And as we go into tomorrow, probably feeling a bit restricted collectively, which I'll talk more about. But again, limiting ourselves is great with that. And yeah, still a receptive time, but still good to be getting things done with that Mars and Aries. At least anything that does require being direct and does require taking action. But as we go through the day, the moon, our emotions, going from the analytical into the harmonious, wanting balance and a bit of that, just even keelness to our life. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.